Hey homeschool friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to maybe my favorite video to record all year round because I am unboxing my Sonlight order for the 2025-2026 school year. It's all sitting right here. I'm so excited, you guys. So let's just get into these boxes. So hi, my name is Angie. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back, all the things. Before I can get into these boxes, I need to say a quick thank you to Sonlight for sending me this curriculum in exchange for my honest review, which you guys know I've been working with Sonlight for the last couple of years. I'm a big fan. I would use it even if they didn't send me this curriculum, but I am very appreciative to them for sending it to me because I just love Sonlight. My kids love Sonlight. We're just a Sonlight family. So that out of the way, let's get into these boxes. You guys, I have an all subjects package in these boxes. I ordered HBL-E, Science E, Language Arts E. And so for the history, that is year 2 of 2 of American history. We are currently in HBL-D this year. I will pop up my playlist and maybe all of my Sonlight videos because I've been making Sonlight videos for a number of years, but we have really enjoyed this current year, this first year of American history. So my kids are jazzed to get into the second year, to get into kind of the world wars. And so that's what the history is. And then we'll see about the science and language arts. All right, I already pulled out all of the brown packaging because it's so very annoying. But what I have first here on top is I have the lap books. So this is American History 2 lap book. So this goes along with our history, and within our instructor's guide for HBL-E, it tells us when to do the activities in here. And you make a whole lap book. It's fantastic. Like the one we're currently working on this year is just so full of stuff, and the kids really enjoy looking back through it, which is really fun, but also really educational because they are remembering stuff we learned like 3 months ago or something like that. So we got 2 of these for my big kids, which I guess I should mention. I'm going to have an 11-and-a-half-year-old, my oldest, and a newly turned 10-year-old that's going to be using this program primarily. Stay tuned for my curriculum reveals in June is usually when I do it, when I want to talk about my twins, because they're also using Sonlight, but we're reusing stuff we've used in the past. So stay tuned for that. I don't really think I have anything in these boxes for them. It's mostly for my older 2 kids. Okay, enough. Let's get into it. All right. Landmark history. We actually have the first one. This is volume 1. We have volume 1 this year, and I have found this to be really readable. I mean, there's really great pictures, but the way the text is laid out is not necessarily story format, but it's intriguing. So I'm excited about that. So this is From Charleston to the Moon. And then we have some books. Of course we have some books, right? It's Sonlight. I'm not quite sure what is readers and read alouds. When I get to the curriculum reveals, I'll have them sorted appropriately. But first book is In the Year of the Boar and Jackie Robinson. And then we have The Story of Harriet Tubman, Freedom Train. And then The Wright Brothers, Pioneers of American Aviation. Miracles on Maple Hill. Oh, I've heard about this book before. I'm excited about that. And then this is Hero Over Here, a story of World War I. Like I said, we're going to be getting into the World Wars, which my son is very excited about. Okay, and then we have Shades of Grey. Okay, I just want to look through all these books. Turn Homeward, Hannah Lee. Can Hannah Lee fulfill her parting promise of her mother? Oh, I wonder what this is about. Civil War. Okay, yay. Old Yeller. Oh. I knew it was coming. I hope it's a read aloud, not a reader. But I can always make it a read aloud. I did that this year. I made one of their readers a read aloud. Helen Keller. This is the Scholastic Biography. And then this is Thimble Summer. Oh. Okay. Sorry. I'll focus. Okay. A couple other things. So we have Wordly Wise. So this is book 4 and book 5. We're currently like a quarter of the way through book 3 and book 4. So this will be kind of later in the year, probably next year, but I wanted to have the next set of Wordly Wise. This is a vocabulary program. I really do like it. I feel like it is helpful on multiple fronts. One, it's just a little extra vocabulary, although Sonlight is very vocabulary heavy. I'm always impressed with my kids' vocabulary because of what we read, but that's just good practice. And so let me see. Oh, I'm gonna have to stand up for this. Okay. So, all right, we got our math. So like I said, I ordered the all subjects package, which comes with the history, Bible, literature, science, language arts, it also comes with math and spelling. So you have to pick out your math and you have to pick out your spelling. At least in these levels, you don't have to pick out a handwriting. That's optional. So my oldest is the one that really does well with Saxon. My daughter, we're still working on a plan for that, but my son is on to 7-6. He'll be in 6th grade. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have a middle schooler. So that was the textbook that he will be using. And then this is a solutions manual as well as the tests and worksheets. And when it comes to worksheets at these levels of Saxon, it's just fact practice for the most part, and some other stuff it looks like. They have to write out their answers from their textbook. And then Sonlight also includes the Dive CDs, which is basically instructions for Saxon. And my son is interested in potentially moving away from Nicole, the math lady, and so we have this as an option. I'll keep you posted as to how that actually works. What else do we have here? Oh yes, the Sonlight Homeschool Planner. Now I have the tabs already, so this is just the planner sheets for the year. I love the planner. I really, really do. I have a number of videos. I have like a review video. I have a number of planning videos. I'll try and link stuff. If I run out of cards for above, I'll just link them in the description. All right, so, oh my gosh, this is for Sonlight E, the science. This is how to be good at science, technology, and engineering. This is the main resource for Science E. There's others, you'll see. I'll pull them out, but I think this is the big one. But it's not the day 5 because I went back to 5-day science. I just love science and I love that extra resource. Everything else I do 4-day. 4-day language arts, 4-day HBL, 5-day science. Okay, so what do I have here? Oh, I have all the extra language arts activity sheets, which this is what I love about Sonlight. Like I have so many resources from the past, and all you really do need to do for extra students is to pick up the activity sheets. This is level 2 or grade 2 language arts activity sheets. This is going to be for my twins, my 2nd graders next year. I'll explain exactly my plan for how I'm going to use this, but I needed these for next year. And then I do also have language arts D activity sheets for my daughter. Because we are using HBL-D this year, my oldest is using language arts D. My middle child is using language arts 4. So I'm going to be using D with her next year. All right, that was the first box. I just pulled over the second box, but I forgot to show you these, which are probably my favorite. You guys, I love the instructor's guides from Sonlight. I've done so many different videos showing inside this, but I think I'll do kind of a setup video for all of this year. And so this is HBL-E, Intro to American History, Year 2 of 2. So I'm just itching to get into this. And then I also have the science. So this is Science E, Physical Science, Energy and Ecosystems, Earth and Space, and Engineering Design. I love those. Okay, but to get into this massive box number 2, which, I just get so excited. So I have another binder. I love these big binders, not to use on the daily, but to use as kind of my storage for the big curriculum. Also on top here is the science kit for Science E. And so we love these science kits. They just have little things like, look at this, like a piece of cloth. I mean, if you were a sewer or a crafter, maybe you'd have this, but I don't. So I'm glad we get these kits. All right, some more books. Okay, so this first one is By the Big Horn Spoon. I bet this is a reader because this is often recommended for this time frame. Then this one's Plain Girl. And this is The Great Wheel. I think this has to do with a fair. And then Light in a Dark Place, True Stories of God at Work in Colombia. We've read a couple of these as read alouds before, but I wonder if that's a reader. It could be either. We'll see. Okay, I've seen this book before. So this is Bruco. I'm not actually sure how to say this. It says the astonishing true story of a 19-year-old American, his capture by the Monteloni Indians, and his adventure in Christianizing the Stone Age tribe. No idea what this is about. Okay, that sounds really cool. Oh, and then there's this one. It's called One Voice, the story of William Wilberforce. I've heard about this book, like it's set in like poetry or verse. So I guess it takes a little bit to get into, but it's supposed to be really good. And then How to Eat a Poem, a smorgasbord of tasty and delicious poems for young readers. Oh, how fun. Okay, this one's called Sing Down the Moon. So that'll be good. and then Henry Reed Incorporated. It says pictures by Robert McCloskey. I was just thinking these looks familiar. Okay. All right. Oh, I've wanted to read this one. So this is Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. Okay, and then this one's called Listening to Crickets, a story about Rachel Carson. Oh, this must be the biography for science. I love that. About sunlight. I believe Rachel Carson has a lot to do with water and oceans, if I remember right. And then I also requested 2 of these. So this is the Starting Strong. So these are little devotional books that the kids will go through. I think there's even stickers. Yeah, there's stickers at the back. It's like consumable. So they write in it, which is why I got 2 for my big kids. So this will be good. This is the first time in the Bible section of Sonlight that they've had a devotional that they get to work on kind of themselves. And then we're also going to do this book. So this is a Lee Strobel book, Case for a Creator for Kids, Case for Christ, and Case for Faith. So it's kind of a bind up of all 3. Ooh, this will be good. I think this will be better than the other ones, the apologetics books we've been using. I haven't been liking as much, but I'm excited for that one. So I grabbed also some stickers, book stickers. Those are very, very useful. And then, oh, it's the answer keys for Worldly Wise, book 4 and book 5. These are actually kind of handy. It's easy to kind of make sure they're on the right track. All right, and then timeline figures for HBL-E. I have the timeline figures for HBL-A, which my twins are still using next year. So there's that. And then we have the Discover and Do Science paper packet. So this has to do with the science experiments. So these are the charts that they record the results on and things like that. So that is always nice and useful. And then here is the 3rd instructor's guide I was waiting for. So Language Arts E. So this is the Language Arts my oldest is going to be using. And then my daughter's going to be using Language Arts D, which I already have. And then, oh, this one. This is probably what pushed me over into the 5-day science. How Things Work. Discover secrets and science behind bounce houses, hovercrafts, robotics, and everything in between. I think this will just be really fun and just a really beautiful resource. So, okay. All right. The next one is a letter to Mrs. Roosevelt. King of the Mound. My son will be so excited for this. So this says, My Summer with Satchel Paige. He is really into baseball right now, and we're really into baseball. We're going to lots of baseball games, but Across 5 Aprils, another one I've just heard of. The Winged Watchman. I think this is World War I. Looking forward to that. And then Little Britches. It says, Father and I were ranchers. I feel like this is often recommended in place of, or if you've already read the Little House books. Okay, so this is good. This is a Heroes of History book. So this is George Washington Carver, From Slave to Scientist. And then The Great Turkey Walk. Caddy Woodlawn, not Woodland, Caddy Woodlawn. I've been wanting to read this one. And then this one will be fun. I feel like this is a mystery. From the Mixed Up Files of Mrs. Basil E. Frank Wheeler. Frank Wheeler? I think that's how you say it. Okay, and then The 17th Swap. So some of these are definitely older, classic type books, which I feel like you can easily judge them by the cover, but I feel like we end up loving all of those anyway, even if they look super old. Okay. Oh, right. Okay, so like I said, with the all subjects package, it comes with, you have to pick both a math and a spelling. I was just fine with that because they have all about spelling, and this year we have fallen into all about spelling with my big kids, and we're continuing on, spoiler, for next year. It's worked. I mean, it's definitely more teacher intensive way of doing spelling, but my kids need it. So we are committed, and this is level 4 for my oldest probably. We just switched over to level 3 right now in March, and so we'll finish that sometime mid-year next year. All right, last of it, last. So water. So that's what this one is about. It's a DK science book about water, which is why, that's right, we are studying Rachel Carson because she is water science. Okay, and then the experiment book. So these are great. So this is level E experiments. They link right up with what we're learning. We've been really impressed with the science experiments. I mean, we don't always do them, full transparency, but I feel like I appreciate them even if they don't totally work. But here is the Usborne Book of Astronomy and Science. Oh, I love Usborne books. And this is a, internet linked one. This will be good. It's been a while since we've studied kind of space and space science, so my daughter's really excited. Last book that I'm maybe the most excited for, and so is my oldest. He has wanted to learn about the world wars for a while, and I've been like, that's the second part of American history. Let's just settle into Revolutionary War and everything. But now this is an Usborne book of the world wars, an introduction to the First and Second World War. I mean, I shouldn't be so excited about this, but this looks like just a beautiful book. It's so big and it's hardback. Oh my gosh, I feel like we're both going to learn so much from this resource. You guys, I'm so excited for my upcoming year. I feel like every time I unbox a Sonlight order, I just get reinvigorated and just re-excited for the upcoming year, for all the things we're going to learn and all the discussions we're going to have, because every year it gets better. So that is my unboxing. Stay tuned for sometime later this summer. I think I will probably be doing a set this all up with me, because I know that that can be really intimidating for people who are new to Sonlight, because there's just so much that comes in the box and it can seem overwhelming, but it's not. You just do it a little bit at a time. And so I think I'll do a setup video, show you kind of how I manage this coming into my house, and it'll be fun, as well as all my curriculum videos. So I usually do that in June, and you'll see how I'm able to kind of pull all this into my 4 kids, as well as some other things, because I just posted my other unboxing video of my non-Sonlight materials and resources for next year. So that's what I have for this video. Thanks again to Sonlight for sending me all of this. I'm so very excited. Let me know down below what you're most excited about. If you are in the research planning phase for next year, it's just a fun time of year. If you have nothing you necessarily want to say though, maybe leave me an airplane emoji of some sort, because we are definitely getting into the world wars and I'm really excited about it. And otherwise, you guys, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you want to, and I will see you guys in the next homeschool video. All right guys, take care. Bye.